A Holbrook man was arrested on child pornography charges.
Flagstaff City Council members spent the day discussing the budget and the main priorities.
And San Francisco Street shut down this past weekend as skiers and snowboarders competed on the slopes at Dew Downtown. Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Bonnie Stevens.
And I'm student anchor Alexa Vagnazzi. Thanks for joining us. The Flagstaff City Council held an all-day retreat today to sort out the budget. Some topics discussed, among others, included fixed cost projections as well as some new revenue possibilities. NAZ Today's Monet Gunn brings you more.
City of Flagstaff met today to discuss the budget. Two priorities were infrastructure and employee retention, mainly having to do with the police department. In the exit interviews of many police officers, they state that the price of living is way too high for them to survive on their pay alone. Mayor Jerry Neighbors discussed how the city plans to keep their employees on.
Things like their base pay, uniform allowances, maybe assisting them with a house purchase or in some cases relocation expenses, and just getting the pay up to a competitive level.
A huge expense because we've put it off so long. Now we're playing catch up on that, and it's millions and millions of dollars, and we have to figure that out, how we're going to pay for all of that.
It can be a very tough process because it's a competition of values where you're looking at, hey, we really like doing this and we really like doing that. The citizens value everything, but we have a limited number of resources, so how do we get there? That's why it's the council's job as the elected officials to make those value judgments.
The council plans to meet in the coming weeks to finalize the budget.
A Holbrook man is behind bars for allegedly uploading child pornography. Michael Salazar was arrested by officers with the Navajo County Sheriff's Department Friday. Deputies say they received information from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children that Salazar was using a communication device to upload images of child pornography. Deputies received a search warrant, and inside Salazar's residence, they located the suspect communication device. A court order to the remote storage location revealed more than 50 images of child pornography. Salazar was booked into the Navajo County Jail on 50 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor.
A 30-year-old woman is dead after driving off the road near Camp Verde. Stephanie Steele was driving with her husband, William Jordan, near Camp Verde when Stephanie lost control of the vehicle, launching it off the road, which was due to weather conditions. William was alert at the scene and said that neither him or Stephanie were wearing their seatbelts. Deputies found open beer cans in and around the vehicle at the crash site. William was medevaced to John C. Lincoln Hospital in Phoenix, and the investigation remains ongoing.
The Flagstaff Police Department has noticed a rise in property crimes in the last year. Sergeant Corey Runge sat down with NAZ Today's Colleen Sikora to talk about the rise in crime and what actions the police department is taking to decrease shoplifting in Flagstaff.
We're here with Sergeant Runge from the Flagstaff Police Department, and we're talking about property crimes. So what would you associate with property crimes, just for those of us who aren't quite sure what all of that would include?
That includes all property crimes that aren't of a violent nature, such as shoplifting, automobile thefts, burglaries, those type of crimes.
Okay. What would you consider maybe the highest that make up the most of property crimes?
Primarily shoplifting in Flagstaff.
Okay. And what specific thing gets shoplifted most that you would say, or is the majority?
The highest is alcohol.
Okay. And about what percentage are we looking at for how much alcohol is shoplifted?
Approximately 50% of our shoplifting crimes are related to alcohol thefts.
Okay. And how are you guys looking to decrease shoplifting alcohol?
Well, we do it in several ways. One, we work with the public, and we're asking for the public to help protect their property. Also, we ask our officers to be present in areas that we know are a high volume of shopliftings.
Okay. And so maybe what measures are you asking employees and businesses to take to help protect their alcohol and to kind of keep an eye on?
Yeah, we'd ask that they use security measures like protective caps, for instance, for the hard liquor, placement of displays so that they're within the view of employees, or maybe a place where the customer has to ask for assistance from an employee. Or another option is just to be very high-end customer service and offering assistance on people in the areas of liquor.
Okay, great. So liquor is, makes up 50% of shoplifting crimes. Maybe what would you say is the second that makes up the most of shoplifting crimes?
The second is probably things like makeup, condoms, birth control related type items and pregnancy tests.
Okay. What demographic are you associating with that?
Primarily, it does seem to be, there is a focus at lunch hours and at after school time. So we're pretty sure that it's the high school and early college population.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Sergeant Runge, for being here today, and that's all we have for today.
When we come back, can you believe it? It's the 50th anniversary since the Beatles first performed in the United States.
And this past weekend, Flagstaff had its very own slopestyle course at Due Downtown. Stay tuned.
All right, welcome to the Monday Show, everybody. A very weak storm system moving through northern Arizona this afternoon. We'll take a look at it on satellite here. Started off the day sunny, and we put it into motion. You'll notice a little bit of a cold front kind of pushing through, a few showers kicking off. This thing's out of here, and as weak as this is, it's the strongest thing we're going to have around here for a while. We're back on the road to high pressure. Some very warm temperatures to talk about coming up in the forecast.
Northern Arizona University.
Green is a school color and who we are.
Being green creates jobs.
Money put back in the economy.
Being green is recycling resources.
The same fries that power our students
power Northern Arizona.
Being green shapes our future.
Through research and education,
we will make a difference.
At Northern Arizona University,
sustainability is a principle we believe in.
Northern Arizona University. The difference that matters.
Hi, I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get the camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
I've tried all kinds of TV services. The phone company wasn't cutting it, so I cut down. Spotty satellite? Nah, that dish wasn't appetizing. But the all-new Suddenlink? It comes with free HD and a picture so sharp it makes real life look lame. Now I have up to 300 channel choices, earloads of digital music, 10,000 on-demand titles, and new TiVo Stream that turns my tablet into a TV and lets my DVR take road trips. I've seen the future of TV, and the future is easy.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
A Hopi tribal member is one step closer to becoming the first Native American woman to serve on the federal bench. Diane Humetewa was nominated for the post by President Barack Obama in 2013. At a congressional hearing last month, Senator John McCain said Humetewa's service as a prosecutor and appellate judge to the tribe ran deep. She also has served as a longtime advocate for victims' rights. Humetewa currently works as a special advisor and counsel at Arizona State University.
50 years ago, the British invasion came to the United States. The Beatles' performance on The Ed Sullivan Show changed the music industry forever. NAZ Today's Sierra Ferguson has more on the celebration of Beatlemania.
50 years ago today, a milestone in music history. The Beatles arrived in America on February 7th, 1964, 2 days before their iconic performance on The Ed Sullivan Show. When they came to the U.S. for the first time, their hit, I Want to Hold Your Hand, was already at the top of the charts. But most Americans didn't know anything about the band. The TV appearance changed all of that. 73 million Americans watched The Ed Sullivan Show that night, one of the biggest U.S. TV audiences ever. For NAZ Today, I'm Sierra Ferguson.
Love hurts, so they say, and although that might just be a popular phrase, doctors will tell you people can suffer, even die from a broken heart. How? NAZ Today's Kyle Benedict has today's Health Minute.
We've all been there. We lose a love and the world just isn't the same. But for some people, going through a divorce, breakup, or the death of a loved one can be devastating. So devastating that it can affect a person's health. Studies have shown that those who suffer from broken heart syndrome may go through a temporary heart condition with symptoms much like a heart attack, according to the Mayo Clinic. They are so stressed over losing their love that they suffer chest pains and shortness of breath, even dizziness. Doctors say the symptoms are often brought on by a large surge of stress hormones. The syndrome in some cases causes part of the heart to temporarily enlarge and not pump well, which in rare situations can cause serious consequences. Medically, the condition is referred to as stress-induced cardiomyopathy. In most cases, broken heart syndrome is reversible and treatable. Time heals all wounds, but doctors warn a broken heart should always be taken seriously. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kyle Benedict.
Another reason to keep those relationships healthy. Dangerous.
I know. Well, global attention has focused on the Winter Olympic Games in Sochi, Russia. This opportunity affords many of us to take in winter sports we don't often see.
Think about curling or biathlon or the luge. We now turn to NAZ Today reporter Brooke Cowell for a look at far-flung victories and those closer to home. Brooke?
That's right. The United States took home its first gold medals this past weekend, making our total count up to 5. That kind of success always has humble beginnings, and the Olympics inspire dreams of many, something that Flagstaff locals know all about. Just check this out. Temperatures in the 50s drew skiers and boarders and hordes of gawkers to the 3rd annual Do Downtown.
Oh, we look for it every year.
Take a good look. These little dudes could become the next Sage Kotzenberg, competing with the big boys. The slope-style course offered a challenge to all ages who came to bust some moves and in some cases have a yard sale. All in all, they felt something special about this venue, San Francisco Street covered in snow.
Well, normal contests at like Arizona Snowball, they don't have park contests. All they have is racing contests that I've won a lot of them. And this is pretty much the only kid competition that I can do, but I like the setup for you. It's really fun.
By bringing the mountain into downtown, city officials expected to boost revenues of city center businesses. They set it for February, traditionally the lowest revenue-producing month of the year. That seems to have worked.
We have also had hotel occupancy rates up and just a lot of people coming out, enjoying the festival, spending their time and their money downtown Flagstaff.
The event has received criticism. Some object to using 300,000 gallons of potable water to make the snow. Others feared closing San Francisco Street would prevent access to their businesses. Yet no one could deny the spectacle of smiles on happy faces, young and old.
Too much fun.
I know. Did you see that little boy? Gosh. Absolutely adorable. Well, thank you for that, Brooke. Brooke will be back later in the program with Olympic details and local sports coming right up.
And it was a beautiful day in Flagstaff with just a few clouds. Meteorologist Lee Bourne will let us know what to expect the first of the week in the full forecast.
Flagstaff and Coconino basketball faced off on Friday. Brooke Cowell will have your full sports coming up.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Keep up with NAZ Today by adding us on Facebook, following our Twitter account at NAZ Today, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Stay connected with us no matter where you are.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, pretty quick warm-up after the winter storms at the end of last week, and I know you were skeptical, I kind of was, that temperatures would warm up that quick. Snowing out there last Thursday, a little bit on Friday, temperatures in the 30s. 5-day forecast had us in the 50s yesterday, which we reached, and now here we are today, 52 degrees, and temperatures aren't going anywhere really, but sky high from here throughout the forecast. 24 was our early morning low this morning, and actually that little storm system went through, brought a trace of precipitation. I showed you this just a little bit earlier in the show. Started off with clear skies and a very feeble storm system skirting through northeastern Arizona today and just bringing a few showers. We had a little bit of very light rain sprinkles, and that was in the forecast out there today. This thing's going to quickly get out of here, and high pressure is going to build in behind it. A little zoom in on the radar right here. Here we are in Flagstaff. Some pretty decent little showers getting going down towards the southeast of Flagstaff. But notice this thing's all quickly moving off, and these showers are going to die off here and move quickly to the east as we make our way through the evening. Even a little bit of shower activity heading in towards Prescott and out towards Navajo Nation, kind of just missing the Winslow area. The heaviest batch of showers just to the southeast of Flagstaff down there on the eastern Mogollon Rim. All right, so what's happening behind this? Not a lot. We're right back to that huge ridge of high pressure that brought us 40 straight days of no precipitation. I'm not saying it's going to last that long, but right now it's looking like it's going to last at least the next couple weeks. And here it is. This is the center of the high pressure, and over the next several days as we make our way through the week, this thing just migrates right on top of us, and as it does, it's going to mean very warm temperatures around here. We're going to have near record warmth by the time we get into the later portion of the work week and into this coming weekend. So for tonight, whatever cloud cover is out there will be moving off, and I think we become clear by early morning with an early morning low forecast at 21 degrees is, I think, my official forecast. Maybe I didn't pipe that in there. Tomorrow, a little bit of a northeasterly breeze. Keeps temperatures right around where they were today. Mostly sunny, very mild with these temperatures. But beyond that, midweek and beyond, when that high pressure kind of just sits right on top of us and brings us some very, very warm weather. 65 tomorrow in Sedona. That's pretty warm. 62 Prescott. 54 Tuba City. 58 degrees in Winslow. Okay, here's that extended forecast. It's mostly sunny all week long, occasional high cloud cover. Not a big deal, but we're up to 57 degrees midweek and then into the 60s. These are the warmest temperatures we've had around here since last fall, and obviously very unseasonable for this time of year. Temperatures just keep climbing. 63, 64 for the end of the week, early portion of the weekend, and for you down in Sedona, it's even a little more ridiculous here with temperatures getting up into the mid 70s and even close to the 80-degree mark. So that's kind of unusual for us here in February, but just as this winter's kind of MO is, it's just not happening.
You know, those clouds gave us some hope today that maybe there might be a little bit of precipitation.
Maybe you had some hope, but I just knew. I was like, meh.
I feel like I'm back in Southern California, like with this weather. It's
I
amazing.
know. It's just hody-do. It's just not that great around here. So
it's definitely disappointing. But so I know that this weekend was pretty heavy with sports, Brooke.
Definitely, we had a lot of local sports, including high school basketball and NAU basketball as well. And we got some results for flag soccer for you coming up.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. To make room for the 2014 models, we're clearing the lot, and that means great deals for you on our 2013s. Right now, you'll find rebates up to $10,000 on select Chevrolet models. Choose from a full line of vehicles, including the totally redesigned 2014 Silverado 1500. You can always count on our same relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Well, like Lee said, it is beginning to look like spring here in Flagstaff as the sun is shining, high school basketball is going into playoffs, and high school soccer is approaching the end of their playoff season as well. But Flagstaff and Coconino basketball tipped off last Friday as the Flagstaff boys locked in their playoff spot. The Panthers started the game off hot with a 9-8 lead, but it didn't last long as the Eagles came back fighting, finishing the first quarter with a 9-point lead. It was a game full of technicals as the rivalry got the best of these two teams, which resulted in Connor Estes and Jacob McCain both getting thrown out of the game in the fourth quarter. The game gives Flagstaff an undefeated record on their home court and a number 7 ranking in Division II. And Anthony Weidmeyer put up 19 for Coco, and Trevor Johnson led the Eagles with 16 points, as Flagstaff finished with the 82-64 victory.
You know, I thought they played pretty well, actually. I thought our defense wasn't as tough as it normally is in the first half. I thought we really picked it up in the second half.
Well, the Flagstaff boys may have won their crosstown rivalry, but the Coconino girls finished with a close game against the Eagles. With the Panthers being ahead most of the game, their luck seemed to be running out just in time for Flagstaff to make a run and get back in the game. After missing 6 straight free throws for Coco, the Panthers barely held on for a 58-57 victory. Flagstaff senior Kendall Kelly kept the Eagles alive, putting up a total of 31 points. But it wasn't enough as the Panthers took the win and first place in their section.
The seniors that started out as freshmen, they've never beat Flag High. So to beat them tonight on their home floor in the fashion that we did with all that was riding on the line, couldn't be happier.
Well, it's tough to lose in the sense that it's, crosstown rival. It's on your home court. And then it's also a lot at stake in the sense that whoever won that was going to be the regular season section champion and get the 1 seed going into the tournament. And so, it's a tough pill to swallow. And then, of course, being senior night, you definitely don't want to see the seniors go out with a loss. But, congratulations to Coco. They played well.
Switching over to the field, the Flagstaff girls soccer team played on Saturday in the quarterfinals. Flagstaff has not allowed any goals for the past 3 games after defeating Notre Dame Prep on Saturday 3-0. The Eagles will kick off against Verrado High School on Thursday for the semis. The NAU men's basketball team tipped off against Southern Utah on Saturday, and Jack Murphy can admit to their difficulty in the past few games.
I don't think that you ever walk in expecting to win by 30. I think that our guys, they understand that Southern Utah has been playing better, but we also are coming, we haven't been playing as well. To be blunt. The last 6 games, every game except for today, we've been down double digits at some point.
The game off pretty strong as they went into halftime with a 6-point lead over Southern Utah. But after the break, NAU couldn't keep the lead as some sloppy ball handling started to affect the game. It was with the help of Quinton Upshur hitting some key 3-pointers to get the Jacks back on their feet in the second half. The threes helped Upshur finish with 20 points, followed by Asim Dixon's 16. NAU came out with a 64-57 win over the T-Birds.
I was just trying to make a play, and I got open twice, and I was able to knock it down.
and it gives us a little boost. Anytime you can get like a little lead, a little cushion in the second half late like that, it's also gonna give the team energy, you know. And I was just glad I was able to step up and do it.
The NAU women's basketball team is back on the court tonight after their loss to Sacramento State on Thursday. The Lady Jacks are hoping to get back on their feet when they travel to Southern Utah tonight at 7. Last time these two faced each other, the Jacks took the win 82-77. And we are a week into the Winter Olympics, and the United States is currently in 4th place for the Olympic medal count. Canada is currently in 1st with 7 total medals, 3 gold, followed by the Netherlands with 7, then Norway with 7, but only 2 gold, and then we are not far behind with 5, 2 of which being gold. With our 5 medals come 2 gold from snowboarding with men's slopestyle and ladies slopestyle, a bronze in ladies mogul skiing, a bronze in team figure skating, and another bronze in combined alpine skiing. But I don't know, have you guys been watching the Olympics at all? Alexa, I know you have.
So much fun. You know, it's so great to know that our snowboarding team is doing so well because the head coach started right here at Snow Bowl. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we did talk about that earlier in the show, or earlier in the semester.
But yeah, I love the Olympics. Are you kidding me? It's the best time of the season. But we have more coming up right after this.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
All right, welcome back. Very mild weather in the forecast all week long. Warmest temperature has been around here ever since last fall. By midweek, we're into the 60s here in Flagstaff tomorrow, right around like today was, with a little bit more sunshine, 51 degrees. And for you down in Sedona, temperatures will also warm under all sunshine, mid-60s tomorrow, mid-70s by late week.
All right, and check this out. The Olympic spirit has one family in Crystal, Minnesota, creating the Olympics right in their backyard. The Smiths built a snow fort complete with a luge course for the kids to enjoy and slide down, and they even record their times.
And take a look at this. Daredevil Nick Wallenda is back at it again. He got a bird's eye view of the Georgia Dome in Atlanta when he walked across it on a wire less than an inch wide. Below, the thousands gathered for a religious event watched in amazement. Huh.
Yeah, it was just over the summer where he walked across the little Colorado River.
Yeah, just up here.
Little Grand Canyon,
of the Grand Canyon.
They have special shoes for that, right? Because
I hope so.
I don't think I could do that in regular tennis shoes.
Yeah, they had I remember watching it, they had a special, and he was talking about his shoes and the specifics with it and all the fancy schmancy talk.
I would do that, though.
Well, congratulations to Nick. I'm so glad it was another success.
No kidding. I just can't believe he's back at it again. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hope you all have a great evening. Good night.
Good night.